the lie. Yes, so the lie there is that Nigeria is a unified democracy. That is that lie that they have been painting and showcasing to the whole world. But the truth is that it is a fractured state. Yes, deeply fractured, that is operating under two laws, and therefore there is no justice for a common man. And we've seen today, a few hours ago, that the Nigerian army soldiers are now raising alarm over being forced to work with the so-called repentant Boko Haram fighters. You see what is happening? These are the terrorists responsible for killing thousands of Christians and soldiers, the genuine soldiers. And these soldiers that are killing, they are Biafrans who refuse to, they resign from a Nigerian terrorist army back and then bring their expertise into the Biafra Defense Forces. We have already sacrificed them and used them as sacrificial lamb according to our Onyendu, because they are the ones that are being killed. You can see that this is the height of Nigerians' deception and betrayal. While this same government releases mass murderers and reintegrate them into the society, their citizens and soldiers are left vulnerable. You see, how can they now force these few soldiers to go and work with Boko Haram? So that is what we'll be doing this evening. We'll expose how this dual system, the constitutional law that exists on paper, just on paper for sure, and Sharia law that operates in the 12 states, 12 northern states. Yes. So this is what has sorry about that. This is what has create this systematic inequality about the genocide of Christians that is still going on every day. And it is the very, very weapon behind being used to, suppress the voices of Onyendo and every protesters that went out that day, especially, and also Showere, and all of us who cry out for freedom. Yeah, so I just want us to, I want to explain to you the segments that how the space will run. I have created like 4 segments how it will run, and please, let's be guided because we don't want confusion. Whenever you pick the mic, please focus on what we are talking about in each of the segments. So the first part is what is really the root of this inequality, which we are going to deliberate on explaining what the dual legal system means in Nigeria, which is only their democracy is displayed on paper, but actually Sharia law is being practiced in some parts of the country. And then under that, we are going to look at how this structure violates the principles of equality before the law and marginalized Christians, Biafrans, and southern minorities. So with some example there, we will back it up. And then we will look at the second segment when we finish dwelling on the first one, how our faith is under attack. And this will, describe the pattern of persecution that is going on in the terrorist country called Nigeria. And we are going to make reference to the report from Inter-Society and any other report that you have when you pick up the mic. We are also going to make reference to the US-Congressional bill by Senator Ted Cruz, and every other entity that has called for the Nigeria to be declared as CPC. Yes, that is what we'll be discussing in that section. And then my co-host, I don't know the one you'll be conversant with. When I finish introducing, I'll pass the mic to you. But if you are not ready, no problem. We will manage it like that. And the third one will be the selective justice. Yes, that is the third segment we will go. And we are going to use the case of Onyendo and Showore. And then we are going to, under that, we will highlight how the same government refuses to arrest terrorists quickly. But they quickly jail activists like Onyendo and Showere, like what is happening today. They released Showere and they rearrested him again. For what? I don't know. But we have to be smarter because they want to use this case to derail us from the genocide that is ongoing. But we say, no, we know the skill. What are they rearresting him for? Just to deviate our attention. But we are smarter than them. We will continue to expose what they are doing. So under that, we will explain our Onyendu's case, the ongoing case, despite a court ruling, and then the Showore latest arrest. And then the section 4 will be the Biafra's awakening. And we are going to explain how these injustices reinforce why Biafra rejects the Nigerian system. Why we cannot live under a constitution that applies one law to the killers and another to the victims. And we will emphasize on our own use a long-standing message that freedom is the only guarantee of safety for Biafrans. And then we will call it a day in the 5th section, which is the global attention and diplomatic engagement, and how we can come together to end this menace that is going on in our land. So that is how the space will run today. Yeah, so if you were hearing me, I believe that you might have put down 1 or 2 points. So before we start fully, I will pass the mic to my co-host to greet Biafrans before we start. Senior Citizen Ben, are you there? You have the mic, please.
Thank you very much, Toto, for hosting us this very moment. It's 4:12 in the evening or in the afternoon, let's say that. And not to just go deep to that greetings, I could join my hands with the greetings you have done to every one of us here, and also especially the ministers. Those are the people I'll just greet now. But in addition, all others which you have also mentioned, I truly salute very well. And she has able to those have already analyzed the stages that we are going to talk about this very afternoon. And we hope that many of us here that is will be ready to add one or two to discuss this very afternoon. Make sure that we abide by the rules. And again, if you have not shared the space, please do you mind? Kindly, please share the space so that others will come in and stand with us, because we are here, we are fighting for our freedom. And the topic is there, which we need to abide by. Now, how Nigeria dual system, free US genocide, silence dissent. She has also analyzed on the topics and at the same time tell us the meanings of the dissent that is here, and we can see what is happening today in that zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria was not created for human beings. It's created for chaos and disaster. It has been created to destroy those who matters. We know who we are. We are Biafrans. And we know where the regions where we come from. And we know that the enemies want to annihilate and destroy us. But we have risen. I want to thank especially our Supreme Leader, Mazen Ali Kano. He is standing strong. He is standing strong. What he said and what he has been preaching is the reason why we are working. And we know that many has fallen apart, like the July accountability group after mad woman in Georgia, what she did, and what others are still doing today, trying to tell lies, propagating and evil, and do a lot of things. But remember, the only thing that is going to give us that strong ally and strong stand on what we believe in and what we want to fight for, what we are fighting for, what we want to achieve is the restoration of Biafra, independent state of Biafra. And meanwhile, remember, I thank our Prime Minister. He also stands for what he believes in Mazina Kanu. He is standing there. After all what they have done to him now, who comes to his acting Prime Minister is here to continue that struggle, to continue that stand, that because he also believes that it's only Biafra that will remove all this madness. And when Biafra is fully liberated, we stand strong in the country of nation, and we will bring peace to Africa, especially, and the world beyond. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity. The moment I use my mic, because I can still see Mick Tony is here, who is the second host. I use my mic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senior Citizen Ben. Yeah, Nancy, are you there? Are you in the other room?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, Biafrans. I'll take my time to, greet everyone here because, or before then, let me just thank my co-host, our dear daddy Benabo. You've said it all, and then the host. Thank you very much for having us again, putting us together again. But first and foremost, I want to thank all the friends that are here because without them, we can't be hosting this space. It would make no sense. You come in here, you see nobody to talk to, and then you have nobody listening to you or making it, worth opening the space or putting people together. So on that note, I want to say thank you to everyone that has made it possible to be here. My co-host, thank you. To thanks once more to for gathering us together. Um, our lady, thank you very much. Akuta Abigail, Minister, thank you for all you do. Our dear sister Eunice, welcome. Akwaba. Tottyville, I don't know what you're trying to do, but I can see you. Welcome, so good to have you. It was really, really good working together the last time, even though it was my first time. I want to say thank you so very much, for all the back channel stuff you were doing. I really appreciate that. Biafra, Lizen, Bahrain, thank you for always coming to speak to us. We appreciate you. APM, Mazi, Elias, thank you for coming. Rage and Furies, my brother. Yeah, always taking it up from there. Thank you very much for being here. See you, Chicken. I will see you. Emmanuel, I will see Namangboy Canada. Welcome. So good to see you. Mr. Akwaba. Our mommy Betty, we appreciate you. Thank you very much for coming. Emeka Orago, thanks for all you're doing at Biafra Shop. Please, I want to applaud every one of us. Let's go there. Let's check out what is going on there. You might see one or two things you want to grab, please. That also help us in what we're doing. So please, let's visit that site. Thank you very much, my brother. Simon Ekpa, Biafra One, Biafra Media. Thank you very much. I see all your posts and everything. Please keep doing it. You don't have to rest. We just have to keep making that noise. Thank you very much. Jimmy Root, man, we're still waiting on the day you pick a mic and talk to us. You're always here. We appreciate you. And I can tell you can write a lot about Biafra. I don't know if you're a Biafran, but I always see you here in all our spaces. You've always been there. We say thank you so very much. Chima Okoro, thank you for coming. Cyprian, thank you very much. You get why I see you. Oyenjua, I see you too. Please, if I murder your name, forgive me. Don't murder me. MOTTER. That's what I'm talking about. THER. So don't bother me. Please just bear with me. All you just need to accept is the love that is coming from my heart. Good news. I see you. Clement, I see you. Thank you for coming. Augustina, thank you. Simon Ekpandidi, thank you very much for showing up. Simon Alex the Great, thank you very much for showing up. Young Money, I can see you. Odogu Mazi Anakona. Sorry, like I said, if I murder your name, just forgive me, but take the love that is coming from my heart. I can see you, Solomon. I can see you, Aloze. I can see you, Zudede. I can see Atiki as well. I can see Simon Ekpa. Itel, thank you very much for coming. I can see another Salome. We appreciate you for showing up. Thank you so very much. Ikenna, thank you. Ndo, I see you. Thank you very much for coming up. Yui, we see you. Thank you very much. Elias, Kenneth, thank you for showing up. Williams, thank you. Stanley, thank you very much. I know you always come here, visit us, and all you're doing, posting and reposting. Thank you so very much. Simon Ekpa Iwoma, thank you very much for showing up. And for the rest of the people I can't see, I just want to say thank you so very much for showing up. And the people listening at the anonymous section, thank you. At least you're here, at least to learn one or two. We appreciate you. Ikoro, Emmanuel, thank you very much for everyone showing up. And if I don't mention your name, probably I can't see you, but I want to tell you we appreciate you. Without you, we can't be here. It's because of you we are here. And thank you so very much for always showing up. We really appreciate you. Madam Key, I can see you just pumping up now. We really appreciate you too. Yeah, like my host, or like my host and my co-host have said, the topic is there: our Nigerian first dual system for genocide and silent dissent. And then, like she said, this section is going to be this space is going to be divided into 4 sections. Please, we implore you, come up, share your ideas with us, share your thought with us. We learn from each other, and on that way, let's make this space a very, very interesting one. And please, the rule still remains: when one is speaking, just hang on, gather your thought, and when the mic, when it's your turn, come up, share your ideas with us, share your thoughts with us, and let us have a very successful space today. We really appreciate everyone for showing up, and most important thing, tomorrow we'll be gathering again for fundraising. We want to see everyone coming out to do the needful. In the meantime, thank you so very much. I'll return the mic back to the host. I appreciate every one of us. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, my admirable co-host. Today is going to be great. See, stop looking for Toti's problem. It's too early. Eh? You want Toti to come, later he will come.
I don't want him to come. You don't understand what the guy is doing, but I know what he's doing. It's my
Okay,
brother.
okay,
So
men
don't,
to
so
men.
don't worry. Don't go there.
Okay,
Don't go there.
okay, I'm not going there. Yes, my quick update. Let me tell you before we start this first. Don't worry, I will send the time today. Oh, Tinubu changes service chiefs. You see, Musa is no more the chief of defense staff. Una dey hear am? Go and read the news 1 hour ago. Musa has been replaced. President Bola Tinubu has made changes in the hierarchy of the service chiefs in furtherance of the efforts of the federal terrorist government of Nigeria to strengthen the national security architecture. Is it about changing people? Remember, when what Kunle said in the other, I forgot to play his video today. It is not about changing all these chiefs, service chiefs. When that man that interviewed him, was it in China still? So I've forgotten. The man said, hey, you have mentioned people's names that are competent. Why can't they change? He said, that is not the problem. Changing chiefs, service chiefs is not the problem. Even though all these people that I have counted and named them here are so competent, he knows them, but that is not the problem. The problem is arresting and stopping the funding. Those that are funding Boko Haram, those that are funding these 22 terrorist groups in Nigeria. That is the problem. You have to go to the root of the problem, and that is the root of the problem. So what this Tinubu is doing right now to change his service chiefs is complete waste of time. He has changed Musa. Musa is no more the chief of defense staff. He has given to a Yoruba man by name Olufemi Oluyede. He has replaced Christopher Musa as the new chief of defense staff, and the new chief of army staff is Major General W. Shaibu. A Vice Marshal S.K. Aneke is chief of air staff, while Rear Admiral I. Abbas is the new chief of naval staff. You see, chief of defense intelligence, Major General EAP Ode, whatever is his name, I don't know. But Musa is gone. Let us watch the video and see how they will deal with Musa. Yes, so he now he said he has expressed profound appreciation to the outgoing chief of defense staff, General Musa, and other service chiefs for their patriotic service and dedicated leadership. And he is urging all this nonsense talk, the new ones that are coming in, changing the what do you call them? A service chiefs has nothing. It will never end terrorism. Why are they dodging from the roots of terrorism? Anyway, that is not our topic today, but I just said I should update also that is what is happening. They are panicking. Changing their names does not stop it. Changing them does not stop anything. Rotating their offices does not stop anything. The main thing is to target. Kunle said, go to those that are funding these people. That is the root of the problem. Stop beating about the bush. Yes, my people, let us go to what concerns us. That is their problem in Nigeria. We are not Nigerians. So we are starting from the first segment of our of our space, it is divided into 4 segments, as I've already said. So the first part is going truly deeply into the roots of this inequality. Yeah, so we are going to understand the dual legal system, what it really means in Nigerian setting. Yes, so we are going to start from with the foundation of this operation. What actually is this dual legal system is what we want to look at, and the picture that the Nigerian terrorists have been displaying to foreigners. And we could hear from the video that I played that the international community took Nigerians' word for them. They believed everything Nigerian terrorist government told them, because when they asked, but why is it that the international community did not carry the news, the mainstream media did not carry the news? Why did it take so long for the international community to raise a war cry? The man said, yes, they took Nigeria for their own word. So when they come out and tell you, oh, there is nothing going on, we are following a secular constitutional democracy, all that was on paper. Because that is what the Nigerian terrorists claim to be following, secular constitutional democracy. And the 1999 constitution promises equality before the law for all its citizens. But today, what has happened? You know, our MID made me to start studying this, all these laws here and there, because you have to understand what is happening. In their constitution, section 10, it states clearly that the government of the federation or of a state shall not, the key word there is not, adopt any religion as state religion. Shall not, underline it, shall not adopt any religion as state religion. Section 38 guarantees that every Nigerian, it guarantees every Nigerian the right to what? Freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. That sounds very good in our ears, right? That is the Nigeria they show the world. You see, they design it. That is the Nigeria we read in the textbook. That is the Nigeria we see in fake social handle or media like channels, television. That is the Nigeria that Onuaga, the advisor to Tinubu, displayed. That is the Nigeria that Musa, who they have kicked out now, display and said anybody against Nigeria is our enemy. That is the Nigeria we see. But in reality, we have seen that 12 states, 12 northern states operate fully under what they call Islamic Sharia law. And this state as Zamfara, we've seen Kano, we've seen Sokoto, we've seen Katsina, we've seen Bauchi. Borno Serve is the real center. We've seen Jigawa, Kebbi, Yobe, Kaduna, Niger, and Gome. 12, these states are the ones practicing Sharia law. And these states, you have Sharia court. Go and trace it, you will see Sharia court making final rulings on criminal cases. And in those states, you have what they call Ish police. This is just the religious morality police that moves around enforcing this Islamic code that they are practicing in these 12 states. And you have punishment like amputation for stealing. Even if you steal the smallest thing like my because you are hungry, they will amputate your hand. Few days ago, I saw in a video a woman, after they might have killed her 2 children, they had to cut off her hand, amputated her hand. You see, so once they cut off your hand, I think I've seen also in Enugu, one man was crying after raping the wife and killing the wife in the family, had to amputate the man's hand. These are all the signs of Sharia that are beginning to infiltrate our region. So these Hijab police, they move around, destroying drinks, destroying everything, and they punish you. They cut off your hand. They will stone you for committing adultery. Meanwhile, they are the ones doing it. You see, and they give you death penalty for blasphemy. You see, so now tell me, can we, those of us that are Biafrans, can we honestly call Nigeria one country when your own fundamental right depends on which side of an imaginary line you are standing? It cannot be called. We cannot coexist with this kind of people. They create 2 classes of citizens. For those international communities that are listening to us, 2 classes of citizens exist in Nigeria. And this is what Ted Cruz is fighting for, so that it will not happen. He wants to break this chain. They have the Muslim in the north who live under this divine law as they interpret into them. And then Christians and non-Muslims who are second-class citizens in their own country when they enter the state. So once you enter this state now, you are a second-class citizen because they will now force you, you must abide by this Sharia law. But this is totally different from what their constitution, 1999 constitution said in section 10 of it, that the government of the federation or of a state shall not adopt any religion as state religion. And in section 38, that every Nigeria has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. So this is totally different. Let me just give you a simple test, because if you are a Christian woman in Kano and you are being accused of adultery, you would face stoning. Sharp, they will stone you. That punishment does not exist in Nigerian constitution. But if you are in Lagos, constitutional law will protect you. Nobody will stone you to death. So you see, same country, different laws, and there is no justice. And just a little example to elaborate more on my point, because I want to talk about the real examples of this systematic inequality that we are talking about. So I just want to move from theory to reality and, try to explain what this dual system looks like in the lives of real people that are living there. Now, we saw the abduction of girls. Remember the Chibok girls in 2014, and they carried this news that 276 girls were abducted by Boko Haram. So I just want to talk about, someone the world needs to know about, which her name is Leah. I love using this Leah because she is still there with this terrorist Boko Haram since February 19, 2018. 7 years now. This girl was kidnapped from her school in Dapchi, Yobe State, and she was kidnapped alongside 110 other girls. And that time they kidnapped this girl, she was only 14 years old. And a month later, all her classmates were released. Why were they released? All of them were released because they were Muslim, except Leah. Because Leah refused to convert to Islam. The Islamic State West Africa province told her, denounce Christianity or stay with us. This 14-year-old Leah said no, that she will not. And today, as I'm speaking, she is 22 years in that captivity. So she has spent 12 good years, her entire youth in captivity with these terrorists. Not that she's spending with clean men or decent people. She is spending her entire life, these 7 years of her, youth age, with smelling, stinking idiots that dishuman her every day. Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much, because of internet. So you see, even her mother saw this girl last when she was 14 years old. And October 2024, another captive by name Alice Lucia escaped after 6 years. Alice was the one that brought the news to Leah's mother and said, Leah is still alive. She is doing well, but that she believes that one day she will come back. So there are reports, though unconfirmed, but somehow credible, report that Leah was forcefully married to Boko Haram commander, and this girl have children. Because during 2025 World Watch List reporting period, at least 2,830 Christians were kidnapped in Nigeria. That was when we got this information, Now, where is the Nigerian government? These people negotiate with Boko Haram to release Muslim girls. But Leah, 7 years of silence, 7 years of captivity, in the midst of these monsters, she's being punished for her faith. But she's not the only one. Thousands of Christian girls have also been abducted and forcefully converted, and they are married off under Sharia law. So when families locate their daughters and appeal to Sharia court, the judge will rule, your daughter is now a Muslim. She belongs to her husband, and that is the end of the case. That is what they respond. So constitutional protection, they ignore it. They also ignore the age consent. It is overruled by that religious law. And another example was in 2022 that 17 churches were demolished in Northern State. And what was their excuse? Once they carry out this attack, they will give you flimsy excuses. The same thing Wike is doing in Abuja now. They will tell, oh, you build without permit, you are doing a violation, you violated the zoning rule. But in that same community that these people are demolishing churches, you will see mosque that is not demolished, even when those mosques are built without permit. If you look at Kaduna State, a church serving over 1,000 worshippers was demolished with just a day notice. How did they expect these people to pack their things out? And now the congregation are worshiping under the trees. Meanwhile, we can see new mosques that are being built and constructed every day, every day. So it is not about building permit, it's just about erasing Christians' presence in that community. And there is also what they call no-go zone area for Christian worship. And in that entire village and local government, what I've come to realize is that in those areas, they have called them no-go zone for Christian worship. And Christians have been warned, if you pray here, you do so at your own risk. But do we want the Muslim in our own region that if you pray, you are praying at your own risk? The answer is no. We accommodate them. But here, because they have dual system, that is why they tell you, don't go to this zone. If you go there and worship, you are doing it at your own risk. Yes, that is what they are telling you. So this is enabled by a system where local Sharia authorities have the power to restrict religious expression for non-Muslims, and you must obey. And federal government, terrorist government of Nigeria, they are very, very silent about it. And this comes to my next example, which I put under this, which is the blasphemy laws. Please, when you pick your mic, you can, contribute to this. Research also. Let us learn from each other, because I don't know it all. That is why BRGIE Space is so unique. We learn from each other. We saw in February 2025, a Christian lecturer named Sadiq had his home and vehicle set ablaze by this mob in Castina. And what was his crime? Just a 10-year-old Facebook post questioning the Quran. That's all. And the police arrested him. Remember Deborah in Sokoto, May 2022. That Christian college student that was beaten to death, and they burned her. For what? Blasphemy in a WhatsApp group. And her killers recorded the video and they were celebrating. To this day, as we speak in this space, no one has been prosecuted about that girl. They were bragging about it. They have not arrested them, but they are so fast to arrest Showore and every protestant that came out to protest a few days ago. A person can be sentenced to death for blasphemy in Sharia court, a crime that does not exist in the Nigerian constitution. You see what is happening? So if I ask you now, can we pledge alliance to a flag that flies over state where our faith is a death sentence? Can we call it one nation when Christians are told where they can pray, what they can say, who they can marry, while others enjoy full freedom? This is where I will yield my mic in this phase segment. Yeah, so please, if you want to say anything, please let the segment so that we don't mix up what we are doing. This segment is all about talking the dual system in Nigeria, how it favors one sector and doesn't favor the other. So I will yield my mic here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, the host. You have said actually what is going on and what is happening over there in that country called Nigeria, a contraction of the British. We should not forget about Sanusi Lamido. Before he became governor of Central Bank, or before he was given that emirship, what did he do? Remember Gideon Akaluka? I'm sure Akaluka, he was the one who masterminded killing, the beheading of that person. and put head on the stock. And you can also remember what happened. One woman used a little paper on the floor to clean the ass of the baby. And that happened in the north. And someone said he used the Quran, the turned Quran to do that. And what happened? Those people were unalived. Because of that, I think one of his sons just said, okay, instead of that, they killed him. That happens in the north. I lived in the north before. I was very young as at that time, and that is where I finished my secondary school before coming to Lagos. A lot of things is happening there. A lot has been happening over there. But before that time, during my time, they did not. It wasn't heavy like that. You can just do anything you want to do, no killing, nothing. But they were planning gradually towards that evil because they know that many of us that were in the north were from the old eastern region. I was the one when we have 12 states. Later on, Bendel State. From Bendel State to Edo and Delta. They know that we are one and they start dividing us. Different thing is happening. They're dividing us in the old eastern region later, but in the north, what did they do? They left that, but they are creating local government. Local government, you can just see either like only 500 people there, they'll see local government. Why? Because they want to eat that money. That very resources that is not theirs. So a lot of things is happening. They are killing. Our leader said many years ago in one of his preaching that people should come back home. That the time you come, you will not be able to move. And as at that time, you have to defend yourself over there. What are they doing? They thought he was just joking. Is he not happy today? It will get to a point that many people not even have money to come back to Eastern region, to come back to Biafra land, because they were deaf when they are being warned. And Sharia is getting hold of them. Is it not only Abuja? In Abuja here, someone was crying a few days ago that he has a lot of shops, 4 shops. One was he put one for rent and something. The Sharia, what did they do? In Abuja here, somewhere, one of the villages in Abuja. What did they do to that shop? It was auction, I'm sure, to someone because of rent or because of other things. It will get to them one by one. The earlier they wake up, I'm sure many of them are still blind. They are still deaf. Because let's be realistic. Many people will push their hand into their self-destruction because they don't want to learn, because they don't want to eat, because they want to die of one Nigeria. If you don't want to support us, support your freedom BDF, over to you. The church must stand. The church will stand in Biafra land. And other religion that we get, that BRGIE put, will stand in Biafra land. You are not safe in the north. Come back home and meet your people. Come back home and stand with your people because the hour has come. Don't be left behind. Christianity, we have the laws apply to every Nigerian. But what happened? Others law in the north, Sharia law, and they want that Sharia law to be all over the country. That is why the influx of terrorists that cannot be questioned, that even have this deal with the government. But what is happening? To other side, sending military to kill us. But we have come, we will fund our BDF, we will fund our liberation, we will fight to the end. And until that Biafra is fully liberated, we're not going to stop. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Thank you very much. I hit my mic.
Thank you so much, Senior Citizen Ben. Nsi Uyaya Parawa, do you have anything to contribute? Minister Akuta's hand is up. I can also see our CEO is the original. Welcome, sir. We appreciate you. Nsi, are you there? Or I should give the mic to Akuta, our minister. I don't understand though.
Maybe it's not ready. That's why it thumbs down.
Okay. Okay. Minister Kuta, please, you have the mic.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Good morning from Texas. Good morning.
Ndewo.
Ndewo.
I
Ladies
make
and
you.
gentlemen in the house, I always stand on the existing protocol, and that protocol begins with our leaders, and to every one of us, the host, the co-host, and those who will be speaking and those who have spoken, and all the listeners. I, able leader Onyendo, I salute you wherever you are today. And I continue, and we all continue to pray to God to continue to defend and protect you, to continue to renew your life with good health, irrespective of what it is that you are passing through today. The enemies, their plans will not work. They want you to get sick and sicker until you pass. But that is not the report from the Lord of hosts. They will be frustrated by the time they see you energized and refreshed whenever you come out. And you are going to see Biafra as you come out with our flag. That is our hope and that is our faith and our prayer, Onyindu. And to our PM, our prayers to go to you. We honor you today because you also made it happen. That Biafrans will one day come up every day on space to speak and strengthen the faith of Biafrans whose faith have been dampened by whatever is happening around us and within us. We thank you, our PM, and to our able PM and able APM who is steering this ship right now. We thank you so much for taking the mantle right now to continue to steer this ship to its final destination. We continue to pray that the Lord of hosts will give you the same strength and energy he has given to our leaders, that you will continue to triumph, you will continue to paddle this canoe onto this, or drive this ship until we come to our final destination, that is freedom. And to every one of us, our hosts, Sister Tutors, you've been wonderful, the co-host, and all persons who have been hosting space here, teaching our people what we need to know or reminding us what we have forgotten. I thank you so very much for doing this. I know something different has happened since we started coming up here. A lot of people are keen in. They are now understanding what it is to be a Biafran. And we are here changing the narratives each day. When they say this is what we are, they accuse us. We come to tell them that this is not who we are. You don't need to tell us who we are. We are going to tell our own stories. We know ourselves better. And that is what we're doing here. And I applaud everyone. Thank you so very much. And those who will be listening and those who will be listening afterward, who will call up this space to listen, to hear what transpired here, you are all welcome. For the unity of purpose and love, that is why we have gathered. Biafra Republic government in exile is a unifying government. We do not disintegrate. We do not disagree. We do not divide. We want everyone to be in line, the government. And today we are discussing about the Nigerian system and government. Everyone can see how Nigeria is fighting tooth and nail to put everyone one, make everyone to be one, to remain in one Nigeria. And I wondered why we in Biafrans, since we're coming out from a country, a brutal country that still wants us to be one, why are we not one? In a unifying country that wants us to be free through a government BRGIE, why are we segregating? Why the division? Seriously, this topic that came up this day was all about my pondering last evening. I was on my own pondering the dual system, why Nigeria everything is about 2-2, running into 2-2, not concurrently or inconcurrently, yet the people still believe in it. And behold, bam, I got up this very morning and I said, let me check what's happening in space. And I saw this topic. Honorable tutors, I know you did it. Maybe our spirit is working together. I don't know who came up with this topic, but this is fantastic because actually it looks like the spirit is working together. And we are going to talk about it. Thank you so very much. I wouldn't want to take much of our time, but at least I have like few things or more that I want to add to how the dual system first genocide in so many facets of life in that damnable zoological Fulani terrorist republic. And I want to start with the MBA. After the MBA, I will talk about the education system and I will talk about just a little. Honestly, everything is being divided as it is, South and North. Believe it or not, we are not one, we are divided. And so the Nigerian system is. Everyone here can tell that what we used to have some very years, even before I was born, was NBA, the Nigerian Bar Association. And all of a sudden, they came up with a new Nigeria Bar Association in 2020. I am telling you that divide and that debate is still on. They not want their own. They said they cannot cope with the MBA and whatever is happening there. I'm trying to take us back memory lane anyway. What about this senior school certificate examination for our children who are leaving secondary school? They not came up in 1999 and said they cannot cope with this examination and form their own as National Examination Council, NECO, where they can write and behave anyhow, thereby dropping the school education standard to what we have now as rubbish. What about the ICANN, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria? That is what we grew up to know as the institution of accountants, and we know the worthy persons who had this chartered account, this record, who broke this record then. The North came and said they can no longer write this exam, they cannot pass it, and they will not cope. They formed another one called ANNANG, Association of Nigeria Accountants of Nigeria in Jos, and that is what they're writing today. So comrades, you can see when our PM said Nigeria had been structured behind us without us knowing it. We never may be believed, but did not know where and how it happened. Then we moved down to the banks. We used to have indigenous banks, a lot of indigenous banks back then that we used to know. A lot of them have been shut down or bought over by them. And today they said no, they are going to give us Islamic development banks. And today we just have them springing up. The Jaiz Bank, the Taj Bank, the Lotus Bank, all of them come recently. As the other woman, NGOZI Fulani, is patronizing them. So some of our brothers and sisters, Biafrans here, is patronizing them because of no interest rate, for goodness sake, or whatever services they offer to you. I want every one of us here who has been banking with one of these Islamic banks that I have mentioned to go and think twice. You are helping the Islamization of Nigeria and of the conquest of yourself and your family. Because what that bank represents, it is just to protect the rights and interests of the Islamic world and of a specific religion, which is Islam. And you are helping them by building this bank. They projected in 2030 that it will grow by a marvelous percentage. And I can see my brothers and sisters, if you go back home, you will see a lot of people patronizing this bank. Even the governors of the state over there, the southeastern states, are patronizing this bank. And you know what it is when you default in paying back. the Islamic a loan from an Islamic bank. We now move from there to go to the secularity of the state they called Nigeria. What you know as a secular state was by 1986 registered as a member of the Organization of the Islamic Cooperation. And today, that is what brewing and fueling the genocide that is going on against Christians and all the indigenous people in that damnable zoological Fulani terrorist republic. If we all know what it is, the IOC did not mean well. They know that Nigeria, if they actually believed, if the people from the north or the Muslims in the north actually believe that Nigeria is one, then why would you go openly using the national fund to go and register this same country under an Islamic organization to represent the interests of the Muslim world and to promote their cooperation both on economic, social, and political issues? And that is exactly directly what we are facing through. The registration of Nigeria into OIC is what we are suffering right now, Christians, whether we believe it or not. They are strengthening the cooperation and building solidarity between members to protect its rights and interests of the Islamic world. There is no two ways about it. So as we are talking today, it all started in 1986 to be this tense, to be this brutal, because they have actually succeeded in structuring that country into what they want. What about the capital city? When they looked at it, that it's not going to be viable for them to achieve all of this without carving out their own from Lagos to Abuja, they carved their own from Lagos and created another capital city in Abuja. We can see all this. Then we're now digressing down to the law, the Sharia law system, the democratic system they say they are. We believe we're in a democratic government. Behold, we are not. We are in an authoritarian or that this religious what's it called, theocracy. We are not practicing democracy. Nigeria, the world should listen to me today and every one of us here. Nigeria is not practicing democracy. Nigeria is practicing feudalism, authoritarian, theocracy, and whatever it is. Nigeria is a joke, a real big joke. Nigeria is not a democratic state. Nobody should miss word for that. Today, all we know was customary laws, maybe the English common law, which when let's say we want to take out the English common law, yes, we do not want the English laws. But then what about our customary law? Our customary law is indigenous to the people and their customs, and that is what we know, what have been thriving for us for several years, and gradually they sneak in the Sharia law. And this is to make it compatible with their Islamic agenda with the OIC, because that was all that was part of what was discussed in their membership in their membership structure and whatever they want. Today, the Sharia law is taking reign, just not even below, in fact, beyond the 12 states, because that is what it is. They want to start little by little, and they are going to run over the country with that Sharia law. We just got a report of somebody who is lamenting recently about how his building was taken over in something using the Islamic law to pass the verdict. And that is it. The man is Muslim, he is a Christian, and they are going to pass a verdict on that. So the Sharia law, you can see how democratic Nigeria is by now, making the Sharia law to override their customary laws and other laws they have in the court. So dear Biafrans, it is no longer a joke. Are we talking about the insignias on the Nigerian army flag? Look at it. you say you have, if it is not a dual system, a very dangerous one at that, what is the Islamic insignia or writing or inscription doing on the armed forces flag, the Nigerian flag? What is it doing there? Again, when you check very well in the in Aso Rock, whenever a Muslim president is there, you will always see the Islamic flag allied with the Nigerian flag in their offices. That is what is it. You will see them proudly standing side by side. We saw that widely open with Buhari holding the flag of the Islamic State alongside with the Nigerian flag. What about the currency? The Nigerian currency we are using today, and many of us are chasing after it more than our freedom. That currency, what is the insignia of the Arabic signs doing on the currency of the Naira notes that you are using? So you can see when this started, we thought a lot of people thought it was a joke. Obasanjo himself said it is something that is going to fizzle out. He didn't know that, behold, this has gone beyond a wave of the hand, and that has come to stay. Therefore, Biafrans, I wish to tell you that whatever it is today that is going on has already been structured according to their plans. There is no one Nigeria. For those of you who think that Nigeria is one, Nigeria is not one. The few points I have listed out here can tell you and can substantiate the reason why I am saying the Nigerian dual system for the genocide going on in that damnable zoo republic called Nigeria. And the earlier we all stand up to do the needful, to defend ourselves with our agenda, the better for us. They have remained silent for a long time. They have been different. They have different opinions. They do not want us to say the truth. When one truth is said, the other person comes to condemn it. Now they are already fighting the proposal and the endorsement of signing the zoo Nigeria or Nigeria against the genocide against Christians, to designate them, and they are fighting against it with tooth and nail. They are doing everything possible to make that go down, but we will not allow it go down. We will continue to propagate that gospel until those nails are driven into the coffins of Nigeria. We must nail Nigeria. We must nail them and bury them. We do not want that country to exist again. I will always target end this country now and save life, because that is what it is. They have been using takia. They have been using deceit to deceive people, and Nigerians take it like nothing is happening, and a lot of them are still believing that somehow someday one miracle will happen and Nigeria will return to normal. I am telling you, I've always said it and I will continue to say it. I have said it. In 2019, I had this clear vision to tell Nigerians to pass a message to the Nigerians, especially the Christians. They have cried so much that their cry has got to the Lord, and the Lord told them. He used me actually to speak. I do not know how to say it. I don't know how to pass this message because I am just a lone single person. I am not so vibrant in the media. I try to communicate. I don't know how to pass this message. I went to my Facebook page and I dropped this lengthy message. I received the message, came like in the night. I got up that night and jotted it out. I went to my Facebook in 2019 and I dropped this same message. What the Christians in Nigeria must do to avert what is coming. It was just so simple, so simple. They refused. When in 2020, Obadiah Maimelafia stood up, got up, I said, perhaps what this man is saying, maybe he got the message. Obadiah Maimelafia had the same message that Christians should hands down and what? Protest, a simultaneous protest all over the country. That is what the Lord needed. Everybody united. Christians must unite, and the unity must be one. You must unite. There is no formidable people who are not united. They said, united you stand and divided you fall. If you are formidable people, you must unite. And the Lord told them, all Christians, irrespective of your denominations, you must drop that denominational divide, because it was what the enemy used to destroy you. They divided the body of Christ into pieces and into smaller units. One denomination, this denomination, this denomination, this denomination. And what? They all got different teachings, and they got all gone away as lost sheep, even as lordship. Even their pastors cannot lead them. No more shepherd. Everybody went on their own way with different shepherd and the different diverse places. They do not have one particular voice anymore. And the Lord said, you all should come together as one. Do not divide anymore the body of Christ, for this body of Christ is one. And you all must go out on the street for 1 week, wearing sackcloth, singing praises, that the world will hear you, and I will lead first. When you do this, I will lead first. 1 week, no job, no work, everybody hands down, both old men and women, and cry unto me, and I will hear you. This is what you are going to do. And that is all. I am telling you, I don't know where to pass this message. I went to Facebook, I went to Twitter. When I see them gather in a forum, I will pass the message a little and I will walk away. I said, whatever it is. And I came again. He said, if you do not do this, 2019, that period, you all will see what will happen to you. I went to a forum that I saw to the leaders of the church. This is what you must do, or else you all will begin to count your losses. And I left. When Obadiah got up in 2020 and passed the same message, I said, God, thank you so much. Perhaps you have added a voice to the voice you gave to me, because I was restless. I don't know how that message will go forth. When as the genocide continued. The genocide continued. And I told them, you all will cry. Your lamentations have not just started until you do this. And that is how it's going to be. Immediately in 2020, when Obadiah started this, they did not want him to continue, because he was actually, the message was trying to take shape from him, and they ended him in 2021. That is the reason why they killed him. They killed Obadiah, Lafia. They killed him because this is what he wanted to do. And that would have saved a lot, and that would have at least brought Nigeria down to its knees. So I am talking to you, all of you now, still residing in the north, still thinking that nothing is happening. When we speak, you said it was propaganda. When Onyendu was speaking since how many years ago, passing the messages of freedom, telling you what to come, you guys said propaganda. Today, I can hardly hear propaganda. I hardly hear propaganda going on the media. Nobody is saying it is anything is propaganda anymore. What happened? Nigerians have seen the truth. They want to see before they believe. The doubting Thomases have seen it happening real. And it is going to happen until you all do what is required of you. There must be a massive protest before this evil will end. And that massive protest is what is going to bring Nigeria down. It must happen. If it doesn't happen, then what is happening will continue to go on. Biafrans, that is just the word, and that is just the truth. The divide and rule system has been on for a long time. The dual system has been there for a very long time, and we did not want to take notice. With some of us feigning ignorance, and we are looking at our political leaders, the same corrupt political leaders, to guide us or to tell us what to do. That is what we are trying to say. We have to take the bull by the horn and do the needful. Protect yourself. I did not say it all alone. Even the deposed Musa right now said it, that we all should find a way of defending ourselves, that the Nigerian army cannot do it. For Musa to say this at last and disappear means that Musa himself has already, from that very day, handed over his resignation letter that he cannot work anymore. Of course, how can Musa continue to work when the people of Southern Kaduna, where he hailed from, his indigenous place, had already been run over and taken over? Onyendu told them, go defend Nigeria and lose yourself and lose your people. Defend Nigeria and come back in shame. Musa is down in shame. I don't think that Musa will survive it because a lot of things has happened to his people in southern Kaduna. Musa cannot survive it. It's better that he's been booted out right now than remaining to serve the same country that killed his own people, especially continue to kill the people of the chief of staff, of the chief of their army staff. They did. And today they are changing them for new persons. Let us see what is going to change. Nothing definitely is going to change in Nigeria because just as the Lord has said it, the time has come for Nigeria to be crumbled, for Nigeria to be written off from the map of the world. And we are going to do it. We are going to do it. If you guys are denying the genocide going on, you the pastors, even you, Father Kuka, I heard that you, and I read that you are denying a genocide. The genocide that you have already talked about several years. The genocide that made even Rome, the late Pope, to recall you back to Vatican because you were loud. You were speaking to the world. You were trying to want the world to hear you on what is happening on the Christians. The same genocide that you escaped from in Sokoto diocese and the part of your parish house was burnt. You were lucky to escape, Father Kuka. And today they have called you inside, mounted you on the horse to go and see the Saduana of Sokoto. You went there and they confused you. You came out to tell the world that it wasn't a genocide. If it wasn't a genocide, BIAFRANS, what it is then ethnic cleansing. For ethnic cleansing is the same thing, it's even more than what is called genocide. Ethnic cleansing is more than genocide. Both of them are happening in that zoological, damnable Fulani terrorist republic of Nigeria. And may the Lord help us at this last time that you Biafrans will refuse to key into the freedom of your people. Will refuse to key or line up to what your people are doing, especially all of us outside here in diaspora that do not understand the reason why God has brought us out here to come and do the needful. And we fold our hands thinking that Nigeria will be better someday. By who? For goodness sake, brothers and sisters, comrades who are here, can a criminal, who is that criminal, a convicted criminal, give you freedom? What does he know about freedom? A convicted criminal. Can a corrupt politician, a recycled corrupt politician for several years from the recycled bins of corruption give you freedom? What do they think? What do they know about freedom? They give you freedom so that you will depose them and take over their opportunities. Is it? So if you are thinking there is any Nigerian politician that wants to be politically correct with you, to ask you to go and register a political party, to come and have a representation in their useless National Assembly to talk about freedom, then you are wasting your time. We have to take it by force. I remember that portion of the scripture that said, from the very beginning, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and by violence, the violent we take it by force. Nigeria, America, today we are here. How many systems is America operating on? America is upholding their laws, their one constitution, and they told you it is built by God and it's on God they stand. And Nigeria is trying to copy, yet they went in and they've dualized the entire system to favor some people and some religion and some faith, while the other persons can go and die, while the other persons can be exterminated. Well, if anyone thinks that this thing we are doing right here is a joke, I don't think it is. I don't think the person is in the right frame of mind. We are not joking. And if you are joking or you are sleeping, please rise up and wake up. It is morning already. We cannot be sleeping all day long. We cannot be sleeping away our fortunes and our future generation away in sleep and in doubt and in fear and intimidation and sorrow. We must do something. That is why the world is looking at us. We are crying and lamenting every day. What are you doing? Just imagine a little protest of just October 20th, the way it was just burnt down. by some Nigerian politicians. Some call themselves police and military men. The same policemen and military men that cannot defend their people in their little communities. They cannot protect their people, the citizens in their just little communities. Even in their little counties, they cannot defend their people. Tell me, what is the policemen doing in their counties or in their local government? At least in every state, we have a lot of policemen from one police station to the other way. I don't know how to put it, but we have them. What are they doing? I know and I can remember how Boko Haram took down all of them in Maiduguri in 2006 up to 2010. Boko Haram, they cannot deny it. Boko Haram dealt with all of them, destroyed all their facilities. Almost the whole policemen and their barracks were burnt down, and all of them were destroyed. Even the army, they knew how it happened. And somebody is telling us that government of Nigeria is not a sponsor of the genocide going on in that country. Some people are still doubting it, or some do not understand what is going on. It is happening every day, my brothers. It is happening every day. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the God of hosts, that have brought us leaders who have vision and have given us an army. An army to defend, at least protect our land. At least, if not for the military terrorists in uniform that is sent on us, if not for the series of the Python dances that they come to do in Biafra land, disappearing our people, disappearing our youth, killing our men, raping our mothers and our children, abducting them, and incarcerating them in their prisons in the north. If not for those people, even Fulani knew that they cannot take Southeast. They cannot conquer the Igbos. And because we refused to be conquered, they hated us. Western Nigeria hated us. Northern Nigeria hated us. How can we be conquered? How can we be conquered? The Lord has made us in his own image. You cannot conquer Biafrans. We do not conquer anyone. We have never dreamt one day to conquer anybody. We decided to remain on our lane and within our territory, doing business, living together peacefully. And some people want to conquer us. We remember how the borders in the north were let open for the dissidents to come into the country. And I asked them, these people trooping into Nigeria, are they indigenous people of Nigeria? Are they indigenous to Nigeria? That is the dual system. These are foreigners. These are mercenaries from other countries, trooping into your country with arms. They come into your country, then the Nigerian army was not able to do their job. You allow them into your country to come and kill your people, to take over their land, to come and cause chaos. And today, some people are saying that they are trying to see what to do, how to send them back. How will you send them back? These people are already in your nooks and crannies, in your villages. They are already there. Well, I am saying RIP to Nigeria because that is what is going to be soon, and that is my wish. Thank you, Biafrans, who have been listening. The divide is too much. The currency we pursue has an Islamic insignia, and that currency was created or built or formed in 1973 after the Civil War. And that currency was coined into Naira and Kobo. And every one of us here knew what that means, those coinage. Naira is never allow Igbo rule again. And that is what it is. And Igbo will never rule that country. And we do not want it either. And the Kobo, they said, kill Ojukwu before others. And that is what they said it is. But the Lord of hosts spared Ojukwu until his time. So we have defeated them in their Naira and in their Kobo. And today they jealous us because we have gotten hold of that their currency. We are building ourselves without their currency, and they are holding on to their useless powers while we are building on their currency, and we are making a lot out of their currency, and they are not happy right now. So we tell them, change the currency. That is how to start. Change the currency from Naira and Kobo and see if you can have a new beginning. Biafrans, come 2027, there will never be an election. And if there will ever be, that will be the worst regret they will ever have, because that is the day and time set for the takeover of the new Nigeria Islamic Caliphate. Thank you so very much. I will yield my mic here. I said I do not want to speak too much or too long, but it seems I have gone too far. Thank you, Tutus. Thank you for giving me the mic.
Thank you so much, Minister Abigail. Yeah, that was lengthy. Thank you so much. And we enjoyed the additional point that you added. You see, this is the unique thing about BRGIE space. You don't know it all. You've added a lot of points concerning the dual system that is carried out or performed in Nigeria. Thank you so much. That was very educative. Yeah, Bishop Coker, you know, it was the appointment immediately. The Bishop of Makurdi, Benue State, came back from the congressional briefing. Congressional hearing. Immediately that bishop came back, Tinubu said, okay, I know who to call. Maybe Tinubu tried to bribe the Bishop of Makurdi. He refused. And then he now said, okay, I know who to call because he was once a Muslim and he's a Fulani man. That was when he gave this Kuka here the appointment to be the Vice Chancellor of Kaduna Federal University. And he grabbed it. Immediately he grabbed it, he had to switch and begin to talk against the genocidal war going on in Nigeria on Christians. Because if you look at in 2024, this same Kuka said, killing Christians only offense, not punish. Bishop Kuka he was lamenting and always calling out on the federal government to stop the killings. But anyway, he's not our topic for today. Thank you so much, Minister. Yeah, please, let's manage time because we still have 3 good sections to talk about. Yeah, do not repeat what she has said or what I have said. Dig your own. Bring your own new point. Don't repeat what 2 of us have said or what my co-host said. Bring out something new. We want to learn something new. Yes, so my co-host, Nsi, are you ready? You didn't say anything. Are you free now?
No, I'm not ready yet. Anambra is the one to Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm not ready, but let me just use 1 minute to say, to thank for what I said, which is very, very true. This has brought a lot of unequal enforcement of justice and everything, which is very, very true. So thank you so very much for digging that out and making us learn from, what you've been able to research about what is going on, which is very, very true. Starting from the ICAN, all the institution that was set up, that was, beneficiary to the citizens of that country, they've messed up the whole thing, and that is why we'll find ourselves where we are right now. So I'm saying thank you so very much. That was a very, very good submission. We appreciate you for always coming up here to speak to us. Anambra, please, can you go ahead, please? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. All protocol duly and humbly observed. They're wasting time. Yes, thank the last speaker. Thank you so much. He spoke at length, but it is really, really worth it. The time worth it. Thank you for that input. And the host, thank you so much, and the co-host. Good works, more grace to I thank my leaders, the National Canal Prime Minister. I am really, really proud of them. Being among their generation is one of the best things that happened to me. I'm a proud, typical son of Ndibo. Yes, I'm very, very proud. You know, when you grow up, those who did not live or move around in Nigeria will not understand what is Nigeria. Sometimes when I speak, I don't speak because I want to speak. I school in Yoruba land, I hawk business, I move around, I encountered, I was mistreated, I was humiliated. Sometimes when you have issue with the other people, police will see that you are the one, in fact, you are innocent, they will divert the case just to make you look bad. But anyway, that is what it takes to be an Igbo man or a Biafra man in one Nigeria. And Mazen Nnamdi came, he fought hard to open eye of many. I do not blame the young generation because they were lied to. I told you that there is a radio house in Yoruba land, also in the north. Their speciality is not to disseminate any information, any news, but to fabricate demonizing narrative against the Igbos. That is their specialty. And to the extent, there are people who was born in their land, when they listen to the same thing, they will be still having the same mindset against their own people because of that wrong narrative. And Mazen Nnamdi came, he destroyed that narrative. Some of them who know the truth also join. I remember before when you come to social media, they were calling you Biafra, Biafra. We are humiliated because we want to open the eye of every Nigerians to know what is coming. To know what is coming. We are called all sorts of names. But I'm glad for our consistency because consistency is the key. That is why I'm proud of who I am. For the consistency. Others Nigerians have seen what we are seeing, what we have been saying for the past decades. And my message to them is to remain consistent, not just speak today and go in tomorrow. That is not what real men does. Real men remain consistent with what they know is their right and what they believe in. And I'm proud of my leader, Mazen Nnamdi. If I have to worship fellow human being, I will worship him. Anyways, there's something Sanusi posted, but I want our people to understand this. When this Northern Fulani Takia players say through to take it, but don't ever think that they are with you with that truth they say. Don't take the truth, but see them. Never you see them as your friend, but see them as the enemy, which they are, but tell the truth. Because they know how to play the Takia. Yesterday I was playing, going through Chetema audio and Kunle. And I will beg us to one day to bring in a big platform. Let us analyze that audio, word by words. That audio, Chetema audio. Yes. The audio, that leaked audio with Kunle, we have not analyzed it. Our people we need to analyze that audio. We need to play it and interpret everything and compare it to what is happening now for those who are sitting on the fence, on those who think that anything good will come from Nigeria. Think that Nigeria is their own destiny. And at this point in time, any blooded Biafran son or daughter from that 40 United States of Biafra, that Mazen Nnamdi situation is not provoking you, is not making you to ask yourself a question, to know that it's your duty to form BDF, to support Biafra government, then I will advise you to go and check the blood that runs in you, so that you will not be mistaking yourself, or ask your mother a question very well. Because I know who we are. Anywhere mother type to, I know who we are. We have the same mind. We have the same thing. What about the propaganda, the division of us? We are people. And we have the same feeling, we have the same reasoning. Unfortunately, the Igbo-speaking Biafrans have been targeted, they carry the bullet because why? Not because they are against anybody, but because they see them as the obstacle for their evil against those who stop them from what they're doing today. But others fail to realize it on time before it comes deep like this. But I'm angry sometimes because I know what I went through I didn't say somebody say I'm eyewitness to everything. I'm a first-hand witness. To the extent, a northern police that posted in my locality, because I start fighting for women from my family, not because when I'm a defender of women, I did not say for mouth. I started from my own family. My elder sister killed by a deeper life. We have communal issue. Then the other opposition came to arrest my elder sister, my elder brother. Because my elder sister talked to that man truthfully that he felt ashamed. I stopped the police from arresting my elder sister. We drag it. I was still young then. We drag it for hours. They see that I'm serious. I said they must keep my sister. I put myself in the place of my sister. Then we went there. My elder brother wrote his own statement separately. I wrote my own separately. The IPO is from North, but it's not Hausa. It's not Fulani. I think it's another tribe from North. Then he wrote the statement of my brother, my own. We did not sit close, but we wrote the same thing. So that is the same thing we do, so saying that we are not talking lie. But he corrected me on one thing. Because then when I write, I'm leaving paragraph. Then he tell me that whenever I'm writing anything station in a statement, I shouldn't leave any gap. That gap, I can be incremented through that gap. So that correction later, as a common issue, still go home to settle. But that thing make me become friends. So when my brother was married, because my town is third largest among the 8 towns that make up my local government. My town is third largest. That's my town. We marry each other.
Onyeka, can you hear me?
Yes, my lady.
Yeah, please. I'm so sorry to cut you off. Kindly focus on the segment that we are talking
No, I want to bring point. I want to bring point. Just a point. Just a point.
Please hold on.
That will support what we are doing. This point that will support what we are doing. I'm coming.
Let me tell you the first segment that we are. We are talking about the root of these inequalities and how
Okay, my
is.
lady. This is the same point I'm bringing now. Is going to the same area. I want to bring a point. Just a point. Just 1 minute, okay, please. Okay, I will just round up. Okay. So let me cut you. That man came to my place. My place to where my brother married is not a quarter of my town. He was asking me, is this one local government? He told me if we were to be in the north, it would be 6 local governments. That how they do everything, the same, how they created everything, how they are to allocate our resources. There, they create Sharia law. They create everything. They create everything. And that whenever the NF protest, they will burn our people. It is mass and the kind of opening eye of the outside people made them refuse to be used by the Fulani people today. We need to release to that audio to see the impact is playing in what's happening today. That audio, what he said in that audio, compare it to what is happening today. You know that Nigeria need to hold Chetima accountable. Chetima need to rot in jail. The world is supposed to arrest Chetima. Chetima is the brain behind Christian genocide today. Chetima, the vice president of Nigeria, will go and listen to that audio. And the destruction of Igbo business in Lagos today, Chetima is behind it. Anyway, my people, I am when I'm angry, I don't want to speak because sometimes I can let me put it here, but I'm very, very angry. And any Biafran should be angry by now. I'm very, very angry. And the world should not underestimate my anger.
Mazi, we can't hear you again, or is it just me?
No,
I can't hear you.
Can't hear him again at all.
Are you angry? You need to tell us. Yeah. What can we do? Don't be angry. It will soon come to an end. Everybody is angry. Where they are killing.
When I'm angry, I don't speak. I speak the way you may not. Let me come.
When your anger comes down, then you can pick the mic again. Okay. Take it easy. You know your heart is very important. Cool down. Cool down. Breathe in and breathe out. And we know it is painful to everyone, but consider your health as well. Breathe in, breathe out, relax, take it slowly, slowly. When you are okay, you can come back. We love you. Take it easy. Bikono. This is the same thing I tell Afam when Afam wants to explode. We need all of you to be alive to see Biafra. Oh, Please, Biko, we love each and every one of you. Cool down. Oh, it's painful, we know. Okay, my brother, take some rest. Take water, oh. Take water. Cool down. Yeah, Mama Betty, you have the mic. Don't be angry also, Mama Betty. Take take it easy. Take it easy.
Hey, whoa, my sister. Is hard. It's difficult. It's painful. I really know where Onyeka is coming from. You know, young men like this, their anger with Nonso and the rest of them. Thank you, wonderful Biafrans. All protocols observed. My special greeting will always go to our heroes, Mazi Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and Mazi Ogenkere. And finally, our BDF, all of them, their big boss. Thank you, thank you. Our big boss, Butuzo, and Commander Gentle. Biafrans, all of you that are contributing, my prayer goes after you people every day. You are not only doing the work of God, you are showing the world that we aren't going to take their rubbish anymore from the Fulanese, and they are supporting Yorubas. Not all Yorubas, but some are supporting the Fulanese. You see, God created us all. We have the same nose, the same eye, the same mouth, for the same reason, but they don't look alike. And that is how our problems are. So sometimes when I was little, I would ask God, why do you create so many people? But now I'm seeing the reason. Each and every one of us have his or her uses, their need. We cannot all think alike. But when we have a common goal, like what we are doing now, we will be bound by this very bonding to think alike and do things similar to one another as a group. When they wrote here how Nigeria dual system fuels genocide, many ways, uncountable ways. You see now that Showore conducted this protest. They see it, Fulanis that are ruling Nigeria and their supporters, they see it as blasphemy. They see it as blasphemy. How dare you challenge their authority? And how this dual system fuels genocide is simply the ones who do not believe in what their agenda is speaking out to us will be either unalived or be put in jail. And those who are busy unaliving people are the ones who get justice. So this genocide is because you do not believe in their agenda, in what they are, selling out to us, forcing us down our throat to take their religion. Something that happened centuries ago, they are still taking us back, dragging us. And when you look at the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case has been dragging on, you will know that they have, like my sister Akuta said, they have actually, used their takia to decide cases in a country like Zoo. Because Nigeria was created for the interest of the creators.
those who made it. So this dual system is benefiting those who dualized it. Those who want you to believe that their forefathers came, conquered you, and you must serve them whether you like it or not. So they're not only going to bring you Islamism, but they will also Fulanize you. Because like Abigail said, if you look at the money, the coat of military arm, it is about Islamic religion. You look at the Naira note, it's about Islamic religion. So where else do you think that they will not rub that stamp on the face of everything that lives and exists in that zoological republic? But my people, I haven't come here to say something that will please anybody, because someone who don't love you and you keep loving them, that will make you a stupid person. If people don't like you, they don't love you, and they show it to you that they don't love you, and you keep sticking around, why are you so stupid and so foolish? For how long are we going to talk to people to understand that they did it in Syria, they did it in Turkey, that they will still do the same thing? And apart from the Biafrans that have been challenging them since 1960, 1967 till date, because that war never ended. Now you people are seeing it. So how stupid can anybody be that people will come and be bulldozing your houses, making you homeless? They will burn your business, the one they call economic jihad, and you are still sticking around, waiting for people to come and preach for you to leave Nigeria. So people have said a lot. Tito have said a lot. Unsi have said a lot. Ben have said a lot. Even our brother, Mazi Onyeka, have said a lot. Not to talk of what our sister Abigail said in a few minutes. Powerful speeches. All we need now is to realize that you have problem at hand. This is not time of investment or buying new cars or going to do Ibanku or Iba-Igu. Which one you are going to buy, I don't know. Or going to show as Ashwebi. This is a very serious time in our lives that we have to rise up like men and women. Don't act like cowards or like educated idiots. Let it anger you people. Why they are keeping Onyendu there is because it is Takia. Because when Judge, what's his name again? This last judge came, he said it's an accelerated procedure. And that acceleration has descended. It has come down. It's no longer accelerated. It's now the Takia or the what is it called? What is this name of their law? Sharia law. That's what Onyendu is facing, but you people don't know. Onyendu is facing Sharia. If not for what the people will do to them, they would have tied Onyendu or maybe public execution. They don't care. These people don't care about you.
Malami said if they had known, they would have poisoned him. He would die slowly from Kenya. Malami said it.
Yes, yes. I believe that everything happening to Onyendu now is after effect of the poison they have been giving him. Because Onyendu is a young man.
Can I just ask you a question because of what you effective or what you just said now?
Go ahead.
Now, if we Biafrans have conscience, we have brains, we can think, we speak all manner of English. We have gone all the whole universities, all the whole school. Welcome. Mommy, my question is that how can we sit back? Because I have been asking myself this question since 2021. That someone who was kidnapped, extraordinary rendition, against international treaty. How can we sit back and allow Nigeria, that we know that is a terrorist state, to continue to terrorize our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, forcefully trying to try him in the court, and we are here? Some of us, we want to talk about that. That is my question. On what ground, on what base, that the Nigerian terrorist state, we hold our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and even have the effort today to say that they want to do this or want to do that? In what call, on what base, on what ground? That is my question.
That's what I'm telling you, that directly or indirectly, this is Sharia judgment. And again, they kept Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there for the politicians working for them to keep using Onyendu to deceive the people of Biafra land, to keep voting for them. That's what they are doing. Don't you remember when Charles Soludo went there to take pictures with Onyendu? He said to them, "Give me Onyendu, I will be a shorty." He came out and he used it, they are using it for their political aggrandizement or whatever. I don't know. That's what they are doing. So Onyendu is there facing Sharia law, but you people don't know. But I believe that the stage Onyendu has taken the thing now is going to hook them on their neck. Because I saw Wike, who was called to come and be a witness, you know, rambling in the channel's news, you know. So, Biafrans, when our sister Tutos was talking, she mentioned blasphemy law, and I went on voyage of discovery to search out what blasphemy law is all about. And here it says, blasphemy law are statutes that prohibit the insulting or showing contempt for a deity or a sacred object. And you know that Fulanis are always telling you that is either Dorothy, what's the name of the girl they stoned to death? Or Deborah. It's either she wrote a contemptuous note on her WhatsApp group with her students. That's why they fired her. They continue, they said, while many countries globally have or have had such laws, they have been abolished in many Western countries, including England, Wales, and Scotland, though they remain on the books in some places like Northern Ireland and are strictly enforced in other nations, such as Pakistan. Then, my people, I kept going down to find out, and I saw below this very definition where it says that EBL, which is End Blasphemy Law, that's the name of the group, that they wrote a very big, a lengthy something about why they want blasphemy law to end. Do you know that they have pictures and names of countries where blasphemy law is attracting life or death sentence, and Nigeria is #1. Pakistan and the rest of the countries, they colored it with brown. So Nigeria was one. Now, my people, when you look at this, you will realize that Onyendu is facing Sharia, dual system. They have English law, they have a Sharia law. That is what they have introduced, and that is what Onyendu is facing. Because when you think of it, our PM was only in November that Finland called him from questioning to now bringing a tribunal standard of judges to come and try Onyendu. They are not even qualified judges, and they tried PM and sentenced him to 6 years imprisonment just from November till now. But Onyendu, that was abducted from Kenya to Nigeria since 2021 till date, is still going backward and forward to court. And Onyendu, his lawyers made an application that Nigeria government should adhere to the rule and order of 3 judges in the High Court, that Nigeria government has no jurisdiction over Onyendu's case based on the illegality, the way Onyendu was brought back, without due process, because they should have applied to Kenya court. If you want to return a fugitive from another country to another, there is a national and international rule and procedures, but they never followed that. So these 3 judges who knew what the judiciary should be doing, justice, they pronounced this very order that Onyendu should be returned to Kenya, where he was abducted from, and pay him 500 million naira. So Onyendu's lawyers recently made appeal to the court that you people have no you have no jurisdiction over this case. No court, not even Supreme or Appeal Court anywhere in Nigeria. They say that they have jurisdiction. So sometimes you begin to wonder, when is Nigeria going to clean their dirty image? And when you see that they are not even ready, they are not batting an eyelid, what are you still waiting for? Somebody hates you to the extent of bulldozing your house, bulldozing up to 1 million houses, and you are still wanting to live with them. They are burning your businesses, you still want to live with them. All Obi is doing is to serve the interests of Nigeria. My people, let me tell you, Fulani don't love us. Yorubas have demonstrated theirs openly. They don't like us. Why do you think they want to hold us? They are not holding you back because of the love. They are holding you back for the interest of their slave masters who own Nigeria. That's why they are holding you, because the hatred is so obvious, very glaring, that even a blind man who protested the other day, they could feel it. You know, they were going in batches. Barrow people, wheelbarrow protesters passed, and the next people that followed them was blind people. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Mazi Nnamdi. Now the whole Nigerians converging together to protest, regardless of their religion, their ethnic background. They came out in force, and I was jumping up because the world, they are watching. They are watching that there is nothing like Nigeria. You will find Igbos, Hausa, and Yoruba. That's all. Fulanis are foreigners. They are visitors. So, my people, this is not a thing that anybody will get angry. We have to talk to our people in a way that, in fact, if they are getting angry, let them get angry and come and donate. When Onyendu was telling the whole Nigeria that Fulanis are coming, they never realized it until that 20th of this month that they all came out in mass to protest against the injustice that is going on in Nigeria. And that is the dual system, fueling genocide. Because those that they are killing in their hundreds and thousands are those that do not believe in their system. Those who do not believe in their evil agenda to Islamize and Fulanize Nigeria. So, my people, I will leave my mic so that others will have the opportunity to say something. Get angry. Donate everything you have. You can make it IOU. When Biafra comes, my people, you will be paid double. There is no point saving to go and buy a house or to go and buy anything now. Any Biafran saving money now to buy anything now does not know what he or she is doing. We need every donation that we can get. We need it. Nigeria, there is nothing like Nigeria. Even Baba Wolowo, a Yoruba man, he said that it is only a geographical expression. We can't be playing into the hands of our enemies. pretending that we don't know what they are doing. Those who are in diaspora, who are still ignoring us, remember that your families are back home, that the BLA, despite their presence, your people would have all been in IDP camp. So there is every reason why you should donate. Whether you are putting your name there or you are doing it anonymously, make sure you donate. Tomorrow is Saturday, our mega fundraising day. Usually 7 p.m. Biafra time. So Biafrans, rise up. Rise up. The time to donate angrily in annoyance is now. We cannot be begging you people, or every day we are preaching, and at the end of the day, during fundraising, nobody will be there. How do you think that Biafra will come? How will Biafra come? Anyone that calls me, oh, what is this? When is this? I will ask the person, first of all, do you donate? Because you cannot be drinking poison and expecting your enemy to die. No. We want Biafra, therefore we have to take responsibility and sponsor Biafra coming. Thank you so much, my people. I'm still around. Thank you. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra, Mama Betty. Thank you for your submission. Thank you so much. You spoke at length. Yeah, Biafrans, please, those of you that are joining now, thank you, Mama. We have organized this space. If we take everything and talk in the first session, what will we say in the second session? Please, let's follow the template so that the space will flow. There's a space for Onyendu, which comes under selective justice. Please, if not, we'll run out of what to talk about. We are still in the first part. Yeah, explaining what the dual legal system means and how it violates the principles of equality. So except we are done with the first one, then we can go to the second one, how this now leads to the genocide that we are talking about, which we are going to back up with data. Then after that, we now go to how it leads to selective justice. That is where the case of Onyendu will come in and Showore. And then the last segment is the Biafra's awakening. If we follow the template, we will learn a lot, but if we mixed it up, for somebody like me, I'll get confused. So I don't know if we still have people that wants to. Minister Snow, you are here. David, welcome. I can see Hardcore.
Please, Tutor, please. Can I just make use of that? I just wake up. It's 2 a.m. and I found out you're on.
Yeah.
You are on the.
Hold on first. Just me
sleep
1 minute.
again.
1 minute, please. Yeah. So I supposed to be one Young Money. I have to take permission from him because it's Young Money. Please, will you permit Hardcore to go? Thank you so much. So Hardcore, we are in the first section and we want to really dwell on that so that our people will understand what this dual legal system means before we go to any other thing. If not, we'll mix up the whole template for the space. So if you can follow that, I'll be so grateful. Thank you so much. Young Money, sir, I should give you the mic. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Young Money. Thank you so much. God bless you. Greetings to all Biafran, all protocols duly observed. It's been a long time. Thank you, Tutor. You are doing amazingly well. Straight to the topic. How Nigerian dual system fuels genocide and silence dissent. Sincerely speaking, there are two laws in Nigeria. They are not making the Sharia law publicly, but after passing a judgment in their judicial system, they still go indoor to reconvene that case without even the offendant or the complainant and present it to their mindset with the Sharia law. For example, today, we all can see the post that is going on around. A Biafran man who built a shop in Abuja And the Sharia law, according to him, some people came to the shop and said they are coming from Sharia law court. That the shops, 3 shops he built has been auctioned. He said he built that shop since 2012. He said it has nothing to do with Sharia law, that he's a Christian. They invited him. But in order to respect them, he went to the Sharia court. Yet, they auctioned that shops. So a system where there is a different court that portrays Islam and their law and their own ethics. And it's at the same time, the government that they claim to be one Nigeria, functioning together in one society. Such country will never stand. Secondly, as of yesterday, I think it was yesterday, by the one village like that in Kaduna, I would like to be specific in whatever I'm saying. In Kaduna, this what's the name of the state? It's called it's where to Kwara state border, the communities behind Kwara state border. They witnessed the truckloads of Fulanis landing at their border, where government officials from INEC are already waiting for them to issue them voters card. These people they are not from Nigeria, from nowhere they came, but someone has already assigned INEC officers from Abuja to go that place and give these people voters card. I will leave it there, then we'll go back to the origin of all these things we are talking about. The easiest way, the only way, the fastest means they use, first of all, is religion. We know that Usman Danfodio came into the northern part. North was wealthy, they were rich in culture, in agriculture, they were doing amazingly well. But Danfodio came as a scholar. Coming as a scholar, he also has his own agenda. That agenda is that jihadist movement. Look at these people. Watch them very well. Fulanis can plan something and follow it up for 50 years, 100 years. Even when they are dying, they will hand over that to their children and they will continue. They never forgive and they never give up. Just like they penetrate the minds of our politicians, begin to use them, manipulate their mind, put them on the tight corner that they cannot speak out again. That is what they did to all the traditional leaders in original Hausa land. They keep seeing them as those who has come to help their children to understand more about Islam. Little do they know that today there will no longer be even a house of rep, even a councillor who is original northern indigenous. Fulani has taken over everywhere. The same methods they used is what they are implementing right now in Biafra land. That was why last time when our beautiful elder sister made it categorically clear that the problem we have is Igbo politicians. Though some people pick offense, I myself, I couldn't hold it. After some days, I have to voice out because I don't know how to keep mute. But the question is this: what is the whole Nigeria saying now? So we tell you the same thing. The Igbo politicians have been brainwashed by these people using Takia. Listening to Very Dark Man today, I was listening to him in the afternoon when I was working. I was like, is it not the same thing? He said that people accuse him of not supporting Biafran, that he hates Igbo. He said no, that he has opportunity to get so many informations through the people he meets every day in security and corridors, that the reason why he stopped talking is that the people made it categorically clear that the bourgeois, the politicians, the wealthy men in Biafra land make sure that Nnamdi Kanu remains where he is today, that they are paying big money to the government to keep him there. While we are struggling to make sure that he's freed, some people are busy paying heavily to keep him there. What are they protecting? Their political interest. Now, let me not go far from the point I'm making. This legal dual system now, where the Northern Sharia law court bans people from selling alcohol. They go to Igbo people's Biafran shops and destroy their markets because they are selling alcohols. But the revenue that is coming from NBC, they are getting their own tax, their own share. They are not buying alcohol. They are not contributing to the growth of that company so that the company can pay tax, but they are getting their own share every year from it. Double standard. It comes to educational system. I have never heard such in this world, that in a country where there is a secular system, they claim to have a secular system, that someone will write, children will go and write jump, and you will tell me that the ones from the south or the ones from Biafra land, they must call 230, 250 before going into school. Then the one from the north, even if you have 70 or 80, you are getting admission immediately. I don't know. Sometimes when I think about this, Jesus, I can't, my brain will be, you know. Does it mean that we have two? It's not, I'm not asking that question. It's very clear that we have two systems of government, two kinds of citizens, but in resources, in crude oil and all this, and political gain, we become one. When you reach to take oil from the Biafra land, we are one Nigeria. When they need your vote, we are one Nigeria. When you get to where it will be beneficial in education and all the rest, this dual system takes place. Now, on religious side, I grew up having some friends, though from a friend who is from the Yoruba man, Kemi, is a Muslim. I remember those days that sometimes we'll be arguing and he will bring Quran, I will bring Bible, he will be quoting now, and I will tell him, look at this one said it, we'll talk about it. Sometimes he's praying on his own side, I will be on my own side, pray, and we sleep. We never had any problem. Then I never really understand that there is these two system or secular, can I say, different kinds of Muslim. The Shia and the other one, I don't know what they call it, Shia Muslim and Sunni, yeah, Shia and Sunni. Even the dual system we're talking about is in their own religion, where some believe that if you blaspheme, that the offense is tantamount to buying, and some believe the other way. Now, what is the genesis of this Biafra we are talking about? What brings about Biafra? Take your mind back. You don't just get up one day and say, I want Biafra. The same question I always ask people. This thing they are talking now, they can. Have anyone asked the court just one single question? How did you bring in Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria? That is the only question. How did you bring him to Nigeria? What is the origin? The origin of this particular war that led to this Biafra is still the same dual system that was existing then in the north. We are at any little provocation.
Now my mind, now waiting to break my heart. If I remember when they take kidnap as Nnamdi Kanu, I could ask myself, why did we call the good court for the first place? At that place, I be the only thing when I take the every other thing they do for
they never want to. They don't want to talk about that.
Like we see the payment pass. How you go kidnap person you can't say because he be Nigeria, the government.
Okay, let me ask you. Let me ask a question. The other question I'm asking the Southeast governors is this: stop Monday sit at home. Stop Monday sit at home. Stop Monday sit at home. What is the reason why people are sitting at home? Nobody wants. If once you ask that question, nobody will go that side. Why are they sitting at home? Once you go that side, they will dodge it. Dual system. So in that northern part of Nigeria before the war, this dual system is already in existence. A situation where maybe somebody will draw a cartoon about Muhammad, instead of holding the person responsible, the Biafrans who are selling, who are in the markets, who are in the street, who are living in certain area, they will bear the consequences. Initially, it was working because all Fulani need is to provoke, put in a little provocation. Then Alamajiris, the Hausa children, will move to the street and slaughter our people. If not for the coming of Martin and the Kanda, open their own eyes today. No Hausa man, no original Hausa man now will get up to go and kill a Biafran because they have understood that their problem is Fulani. Their mindset has been open. This dual system is what made them to slaughter our people in millions and load them in a train and move them down and where the whole Biafran shed tears. Dual system. Sharia law side by side with judicial law. This country, such a country can never exist. It's not even supposed to be it's not supposed to be a country in the first place. Look at what I just said now. These ones have to keep their guns in the bush, then come to get INEC voters card. They are not Nigerians, so. And believe me, as you see all of them, they have this NIN, National Identity Card. All of them, they have it now. They have it, that same ID card that you have claiming as a Nigerian. A terrorist from Futajalon has it in his pocket. He's your brother. So, is it not the system that was not working that Ojukwu and Gowon went to Aburi to discuss? Since this coexistence is causing us problem, let's put it this way in regional. These people go there and take care of themselves so that when you are a Biafran, if you are in the north, if they're treating you bad, you go back to your own region and invest there. If you're a Yoruba man, you don't like the way you are being treated in the north, you can go back to your region and invest there. That was the idea. So that this dual system will not be affecting different tribes. Because I don't see the reason why you would bring a nation that has almost 450 to 500 different languages and put them together, and you are forcing them to be one. Even those people that were building Tower of Babel, according to the story in the Bible, they have not been punished with different languages like this. The more reason why Nigeria can never be good, because who even understand each other? We are enjoying the Madagascar revolution, we are enjoying the Kenya revolution, all the countries that are doing revolution, because they have one single language. They hear each other. They have same culture. But the system that you are seeing today, when a Fulani thief and you raise your head, the Fulani people will say, leave him, he's our thief. When a Yoruba thief, and you say, no, this is in the constitution, why will you do this? Say, leave him. We like him like that. He's our drug dealer. We'll manage him. And Ojuku said, since you don't want to obey the agreement you have in Aburi, and then you want to continue killing my people, we have no option than to go. That same thing Ojuku fought is what we are talking about today. We are still fighting against it today. That dual system where they benefit when it comes to our resources, when it comes to getting our vote, but when it comes to those things that will benefit us as a citizen, we are denied to lay hand on them. The only thing that will save us is Biafra. If you go back to the history of Africa, the kingdom called Kemet, the ancient Egypt, they are all blacks. How did they lose their land? They can't find one single black man in Egypt again. The ancient Moors, who were the first blacks to appear in Australia, in some parts of Europe, how did they disappear from the surface of the earth that today there is no original blacks who exist in their ancestral land anymore? That journey that made them lose their identity and their origin wasn't just 10 years journey, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. It's a journey of hundreds of years, gradually, kerosene movement. You know, when you drop a kerosene on the ground, it will be spreading gradually. That is the Fulani movement. They're expanding gradually. They have taken position. They have relaxed themselves. You know, the most painful thing is that the same politicians that everybody is pointing at now, they are not even reasoning. They are not even thinking what me and you were thinking. They are only thinking about next election. They're only thinking about the bill, the contract. They are not even thinking about. They are thinking about the house they are going to buy in Canada and you. They are not thinking about motherland. I may not be awake to join you guys to the next segment, so I want to finalize what I'm saying with this. First, I'm going to say in Igbo, Abambo Otunogwe. Ababo Otunogwe. Ndị Igbo wee jụọ sị, ọ na-abụ ogwe ka a pịara akụ? Ekwugo enukwu ana asị na Igbo politicians. We said it, we go this side, they say Igbo politicians. Those who want to cover it, want to manage it so that it will, you know, the problem we have, that even at the point of death, we are still looking for English that we are going to use to present so that our enemies will not be offended. We are still looking for a way to present it so that America or Europe, let them not see us like this. The enemy that is coming to kill you have no choice of language. That thing that their father left for them, the way he wrote it, that is how they are following it. Now, we have known our problem. It is very clear that these people want Ahmadike dead. The same people that want Ahmadike dead, they can still tomorrow formulate one petition and go to Finland again. They can get up tomorrow self and begin to hunt for OGOJA. They can start hunting for anybody. Do you know why they are doing this at will? We have never for one day knocked at their door. As long as we are not hitting the heel on the neck, we will keep doing and they will be taking us one by one. As long as they still move around with their siren and there is like that. Hey, they are the one doing it. You go inside, they're telling you, Hausa man is telling you, oh, it's your politicians. You go to the Abuja, Abuja will tell you, no, we have no hand, it's your politicians. And those your politicians, you are seeing them every day. And when you want to, somebody will say, hey, she doesn't speak like that. Have to be diplomatic. Diplomatic with Oyefula Nibwewe. I don't need to say much. We know our problem. Our problem is not Hausa. Our problem is not Fulani. Our problem is those who are opening the doors for the enemies to come in. Our problem are those who are paying money to Abuja to keep Nnamdi Kanu where he is. Our problem are those who went to Finland to submit petition. Our problem are those who refuse to support the freedom of Biafra. Meanwhile, they are wealthy and they are blessed. And one man also asked, if you are doubting me, brother, have you seen any prominent Igbo man, influential Igbo man, billionaire celebrity speaking about the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu? We know our problem. Maybe we have started doing takia towards our problem, but I believe it's not there. The dual system of government, dual system of legal activities, dual system of religious that you are seeing in the north, that we are looking at them, it is under your slippers. It is in Igbo land, it is in Biafra land. Dual system of culture. Disunity. Look at that man that lost his 3 shops at Abuja. I believe he might have listened to Nnamdi Kanu telling them, come back home. Look at the ones at home. They can never come out to speak the truth of what is going on in Biafra land. But just because they needed to bring some certain people down, they would put all the lies, propaganda, and everything. Dual system. Who are the ones leading Fulanis, hiding inside the armored tankers to point houses of their brothers where they destroy and set ablaze? I want to hear my mic here. And I pray that we will look deep and search for that particular thing which is the engine of the problem we are facing. Grammar cannot give us that. When we hit the nail on, we hit the hammer on the nail, the rest will adjust. Then you will see the door open. Freedom is a little touch of dialogue, diplomacy, and the full strength of brutality. That is the only way to survive. And I yield my mind. Airborne! 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 All must hail Biafra! Love you, my people.
We love you too. We love you too, hardcore. I was waiting for the final submission of the acclamation. Airborne. God bless you. You know, you just reminded me of something. I hope you will sleep well. Oh. In the educational sector, we forgot that JAM point, cutoff point in JAM, the one for North is different from the one in every other state. Yes. Different cutoff points in the northern states and different cutoff points in other states in Nigeria. Again, the same dual legal system. Anyway, we will go deeply into it later. Let's give the mic to our host. Sorry. Our Minister Snow. Young Money, oh my God, you've been kicked out. Please permit Minister Snow. I'll bring you up again. Minister Snow, are you there?
Yes, good afternoon,
Okay.
everyone.
You have the mic, sir. Well, no, Amedi.
Kondo.
I come to.
Good afternoon. To us, Uncle Ben Owabo, greetings from here. My deputy, Akuta, I greet you from here. Our own Betty Ford, greetings. Mark Tony, hardcore, thank you for that submission. Asibunam, Stanley, Tortiville, Udogu, Mommy Love, Mighty Dot, my brother. Greetings from here. OJ, Rage and Fury. My own six. 1 million. None Kedo. Um, Sister Stella, Mary Telcam, and everyone on the space. Cyprian. I see all of you and I greet you, please. I want to stand on the existing protocol. I'm not going to take long just because a lot of people have said so much, especially on the very point that we are treating. But I just wanted to say this, when we talk about double system or dual system, we should understand that there is nothing like dual system in Nigeria. Nigeria operates in a system that suits those who feel they are here to conquer you, which is the Islamic jihadist and the extremist, the Fulanese. And if it ever exists where we can describe all the things that is happening as dual system, it is because we are not one. The thing we see as dual system is people trying to force onto others that which they practice, like the Sharia law when you talk about it. It is just simply them trying to force it down your throat. You do this or you die. So I don't see that as a system. A system should be able to favor the people, or the people should be able to work with the system, one way or the other. But here it's more like a forceful thing on the people. So it's not. I don't see it as a dual system. I see it like forcing two people who are not same into one. Trying to put male and female in one body. It wouldn't work. You can't. It's just like all these people who do whatever they do, change man into woman. It's not organic. It can never work. We should remember in the north they seize people's alcohol, destroy alcohols and shops of people who are selling alcohol, but they take majority of the taxes from the alcohol beverages from the south. So I don't know. It's not a. That's why I say it's not a dual system. I've never seen any country that operates on a dual system because we are not same people. That is why it appears that way. And when you talk about onion, when my sister Betty Ford was speaking, that was when this actually I said I have to say this. And just permit me to talk. I know you're not here discussing about onion, but let me just say this, please. You know, the court system in Nigeria will never ever let onion out. I've said this over and over again. It don't matter what you do. It don't matter what anybody does. Why do I say this? A kidnapper, a person who, when you're kidnapped, there are two things the kidnappers are asking. Is either you pay ransom or they kill you. In Onyendu's case, he was kidnapped. And the ransom they are asking of him is to give up Biafra, which you and I know Onyendu is not going to do. So which other thing is left? Is either they want to kill him. So people need to understand this thing about our leader Mazen Namdekan. There is no way the Nigerian system and setting will let Onyendu go. A lot of us have talked and screamed about this over and over again. It's not going to happen. The freedom of Onyendu lies in the hands of you and I. It's in the hands of Biafrans. And when we say you and I, we're not talking about the politicians. We're not talking about the so-called billionaires or millionaires or elites, whichever way you choose to describe them. Because all these people are part of the problem that we are experiencing today. Just like Hardcore said, The only reason why there are still people who are able to speak and, you know, distract what we're doing today is because the so-called the illegitimate governors and political elites in our land, they're still walking around. A man who is oppressing you is walking around in your backyard, in your living room, and still oppressing you in your own house. How do you let them be? How many politicians do we have in our land? How many politicians do we have in our land? What stops the people from taking over their land? Our APM has said this over and over again. Take your land, take over your land, do whatever you can and take over your land from these people. But our people just sit back. If Uncle the number starts talking about it now, I still non Abamba, non America. If Mighty Dots talks about it, some people will say non Abamba, non. You get what I mean? Like, we can never be free if we don't get rid of these idiots called politicians and elites in our land. People like Nyanwodo shouldn't be walking around. People who boldly said on the screen that they will sabotage Biafra instead of Biafra to come are walking around in our land. Why is that even happening? You know, I say this. I have said this to a couple of people. The only singular regret I have right now is that I'm not on ground. I swear to God. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of the everyday talking and talking and talking, and they're taking us all for a ride. They sit back, they just tell themselves, at most, we're just going to talk. I am not tired of fighting for my freedom, but I'm tired of talking and telling people what they are supposed to do. Look at what, look at Buamo, do everything, and I've got to tell you what you're going to do to people who have come to kill you. How does that even make sense at all? Just make that stupid shit make sense to me. That I sit in my house in the United States and I tell you who is suffering, who is being killed, who is watching your community go down every day, what you're supposed to fucking do. Make that shit make sense. Make it make sense to me. You talk, some people tell you, Nandi Wells, they are doing this. Are you fucking dumb or what? Kefenem and Dubai. Mazin Kanu is another savior. What the fuck are you doing about your savior being in chains? What are you guys doing? Then when we cuss at you, you say we have loud mouth. Are you not stupid? Echem na Peter were ma bepu mmadụ ntị because they were after his savior. Where are the Peters in our land? Onye ndu kwuru ya. Are there still men in Igbo land? It just don't make no sense to me. My only regret is that I'm not on ground. I swear to God. I swear to God, every day, if you're not a rich man, if you're not a politician, I don't have business with you. But if you're one of those who are oppressing my people, I don't care if my people is in the end of Biafra land. As long as you're oppressing a Biafran, you don't deserve to be in our land. I watched Tutemba talking on the goddamn media about the girl that was kidnapped. Uche is calling, oh, there should be execution of kidnappers and all these stupid. Uchemba, what have you said about the terrorists? Everywhere walking around, acting all stupid. I think we're the highest number of content creators who make money in millions and millions. who make more money than me who is living abroad. It's either our people wake up, or I tell you, Chibike Kurehan, Dimbosyoku, I'll never forget it. Believe it or not, over 20 million of our people will be slaughtered, and ain't shit none of you will do about it. Ask yourself, all these equipments that they're taking from these different barracks that they're getting, that they are burning down and taking control over, where do you think they're going to use those equipments? Where do you think they're preparing to use those equipments? Emendi, Biafran Liberation Army are the ones killing us. Bodike. But see, he Gabia along all of you. None of you will see DK. And that is that time Onyendu said that nobody's going to control that army. They will slaughter you. Ndị mmadụ na-echefu na onwe mgbe Onyendu na-ekwu okwu ọsị ọbụgodo ofu onye for will continue. Ọbụgodo ofu onye for let that person get us Biafra. You want to wait till that time? You think they can kill you in mass like that? Look at Congo. You think they can? You think the same way you monkeys said nothing like there will be never be Muslim ticket. There will never be Muslim ticket. Today what's going on? So what the wrong? I have said it already, and I will say it again. When Hegeme can Nigerian system rap Onyendu, they kidnapped him. A kidnapper is asking for ransom for Onyendu to give up. Onyendu has refused. All you see going on today is just drama. They're just having drama, just making mockery of our people. You say you are a rich man, you're a billionaire, you're a millionaire, whatever you choose to see yourself as. You're nothing. You are absolutely nothing. They're making mockery of each and every one of you. You think it's me? Oh, they can call me names. But you are the fool. You are the fool, the biggest fool. Agamasi onye nwe ntị ya nụrụ because it's obvious that unu enwere ntị. But the earlier people understand why they need to do what they are supposed to do for the freedom of our people, the better for each and every one of them. Each and every one of you. The earlier you understand it, the better for each and every one of you. And the kind of time now, on a kwarapu. When I say kwarapu, I mean serious kwarapu. I've talked about this dark cloud of rain. People think I am playing. You look at this, look at Stanley's profile picture. You see that yellow bird and those black birds. That is how this dark cloud, and it's going to be like a dark angels everywhere around our land. If you look at that profile picture you see there, you see how bright that bird is and the other black birds. That is how they're coming to consume you with the equipment that they got from the Nigerian terrorist states, as if the ones that their army is doing is not enough already. And people look at us the way they want to look at us. I don't care. At this point, I don't care what you call me. I don't care what you. I don't give a. I don't give a toss what anybody talks about me right now. But believe you me, hi, people are fucking lucky, man. Makandi Gasina, COS to the acting prime minister and don't they use vulgar language? Fuck y'all. I am a fucking freedom fighter for crying out loud. And I am in pains every day. Every day I wake up, I see the problems that is going on in my land. And you want me to come and talk to you how? I'm not. And you have on Nigerian media where they go there and sit down and brush English and lie the way they want to lie. No, we don't care about all those nonsense here. We tell you the truth. It's either you take it or you fuck off. Ndị na-eme ifefe kwesịrị ime, please keep doing what you're doing. Mana ọkwa ịfụ ndị be anyị a na-agbachi nkịtị, all of you na-azụ ahịa na Lagos, na-azụ ahịa na Ariaria, na-azụ ahịa everywhere you are, and you hear us every day speaking and you just ignore us. When this thing go happen, all of you go collect. Not be me go do you. Now the same people where you don't dey support, because by the fact that you are ignoring us and refusing to do what we're asking you to do, you're directly supporting our enemies. And those people you're supporting, they will be your doom. They will be your doom. I pray that God will protect our leader, Mazen Namdekano. He sent him there on a journey. Ọbụna ọ bụrụ maka Chineke zuje onye ndu wouldn't be there. So I pray that the one who sent him on that journey will never turn his back against him. Guide him, protect him for us, and we will do whatever we can to bring our leader out. People forget. Our leader Mazen Namdekano didn't come out because of the stupid idiot called Abaribe. Our leader Mazen, they only used Abaribe called no Madumeya. Kodiko Nigeria, Kodiko Obroy, the effect of what Avengers did. That, but Onyendu told us all, the people that made him to come out. Today, Onyendu is languishing in detention, and people I pray that one day all of you you will choke to death, all of you. Idiots everywhere. Because down everybody. Kachineke goes you for the good work you're doing. If you don't do it, nobody is gonna do it. I don't know.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me? Okay. Nsi, go ahead. I want to restart my phone. Go ahead, Nsi.
I just want to thank my our COS. That was a very, very powerful submission. That was a very, very powerful submission. We appreciate you for always coming up to grace the space. Thank you so very much. Young Money, are you still there? Do we still have Young Money? Young Money, I can't see you. Please request the mic again, and then we'll bring you up. In the meantime, who do we have here? Stanley, are you close to your mic?
Yeah, Nsi, are
Yes,
you there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I wanted to make a section 2 and 3 at once so that anybody that picks up the mic can be able to, go straight. What do you think?
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. I think we've dwelled on this one for a little while, so that sounds good. So go ahead, my host.
Just a little refreshment. Get a cup of coffee while we listen to this.
I was 7 when the men came. Mama told me, stay low, don't speak. I heard her scream before I saw the fire. I saw my father fall beside the creek. They burned our house. They laughed at God. They left me breathing, but barely alive. He will go back. That's what they say. To find a gun, to make them pay. That's what the world expects from me. A heart turned hard, a soul not free. He will go back. found me dust on my skin. Said you're not forgotten, coming. She gave me bread, then gave me books. She held my name like something good. There were others, Marilyn, Enoch too. They spoke of hope like it was true. They didn't run, they didn't rage. They stayed, and love rewrote my page. He will go back, that's what they said. But now I carry love instead. No bullet here, no hate to give. Just one more reason. I walk with books, not bombs, because someone believed before I did. And the one who died for me, he showed me how to live again. You will go back, we all do, to what was lost, to what is true. But when you stand where you were torn, will you pass the pain or pledge reform? You will go back to heal the heart. You will go back with voice or arms. We've all been wrong, but not all must wound. The choice is still yours and mine, and now.
All right. Last one, and then we continue.
Oh, 4,998 gone in 1 year. And who burned 85 in a week? The world's still clear. 6,000 run from Plateau Plains, no soldier near. December 25, the killers came, no Christmas cheer. 140 killed in Christmas raids, churches crushed like brittle bones, pregnant mother, toddler child, no names, just ashes, stones. They danced on pews we bled to build, they smiled while saints were shot and still they call it clash, not plot. The blood still speaks, it don't forget, it don't forgive, it cries unread. The blood still speaks, it stains the ground, it marks the map, it won't back down. The blood still speaks, you'll hear it now, not then. sound of truth alive. They gave jobs to those who killed us, built houses for those who burned. But our mothers sleep in sewage, our church is still unreturned. They call them reform fighters, we call them neighbors' graves. We bury the baptized, they rebrand the depraved. And every time we cry for help, they quote us stats and peace. But you can't plant hope on land where justice is deceased. The blood still speaks in burning fields, in Boko smoke, in Gwaza's hills. The blood still speaks in Sunday shoes, still soaked in red, inside the pew. The blood still speaks from girl to God, from grave to sky, from ash to rock. They killed us slow, they named it war, they blamed it tribe, they closed the door. But we know truth, it bleeds then burns, it waits in wells, it always returns. So build your silence tall and proud, our blood will pull it down out loud. The blood still speaks, the blood still roars, it shakes the dome, it breaks the floor. The blood still speaks from every name you failed to say, still flames remain. The blood still speaks, not for revenge, but for the king. The bitter end will not be this, will not be shame, will not be silence, will not be blamed. The blood still speaks, and it speaks your name. We are still here, we are not the end. We are the witness, the blood still speaks.
Yeah, I decided to play that piece of music because the section we want to go into right now is talking about the numbers. And when we say numbers, it means the numbers that relate to the blood that is still speaking. The numbers of people that have been killed because of this dual system. Yes. And then from here, we will link up to the selective judgment or justice system. And then we now bring in our Onyendu and the Showeres case. So I'm going to merge the two. We already know the numbers, so let's just shift from the legal framework to the bloody consequences of this Nigerian dual system that fuels the genocide, and the blood still speaks from the grave, because this system, this systemic inequality has unleashed a lot of atrocities, and one of it is the genocide that is going on in slow motion. And then we can see today that Tinubu has rushed to, sack, the right word there is sack. He sacked all the service chiefs because of the coup. Remember last week we were hearing Kebu about the coup that they plotted. So I think 10 to 13 of them have been detained, and Musa is one of them. I wonder why he will sack them when they were all involved in the blood that is still speaking from the grave. Yes. So what is happening today in Nigeria has made the definition of the word genocide. Yeah, and we've been talking about this every day. and it has led to a high number of people that have been killed. So for me, the scale of persecution has increased every day. And this figure is not only from us, it has also come from international recognized human rights organization. Yeah, we've seen in Inter-Society that has documented over 52,000 Christians that have been killed just because of this dual system since 2009. Yes, since 2009. And he also documented that over 200 churches and Christians' owned properties have been destroyed because of this dual system. Yeah, and they also documented that approximately 3.5 million Christians have been internally displaced because of this dual legal system. And other report from Amnesty International, yeah, they've also reported their own. The facts are out there. You can check their Twitter handle. You'll find it. And a report from Washington Post investigation that 90% of all Christians killed globally each year, that is still as a result of this dual system. That apologizing that everything will be, return to normalcy. So they know what is happening, that they are, whether their service or whatever we'll call, has been fluctuating. So Elon Musk have already apologized to this, and I'm also apologizing. So don't be offended when you see it kick me out. Is the internet. So yeah, the numbers from a Washington Post, they also reported in June that over 200 Christians were massacred in a single night by the Fulani terrorist soldiers, yeah, in army uniform. And if you go through now in social media, in the X, you will see that they've loaded trucks load of Fulani terrorists to Kwara State for election. You can see how they alighted from the truck looking very dirty and tattered. Unnumbered, you cannot count them. There are so many. Now they have brought them to Kwara State. They all jump out of the truck. Where will they stay after the election? Will they return them? The answer is no. Yoruba land is gone. Finally, finally, finally. And this is the more reason we have to make sure that these people don't migrate to our own territory, because there are so many and looking really like terrorists. They call them headsmen. So maybe as they are coming, they've already dumped their weapons somewhere in the forest for them to pick it up and continue to kill Christians. You see what is happening? And they've also made us to know who these attackers are, that they are Boko Haram, they are ISWAP, they are Fulani headsmen, and the other remaining 19 terrorist group that we cannot have the time now to begin to mention them one by one. And they also let us know the pattern of the attack, that it usually happen at night, and their target is always Christian villages, and victims will report to police, that is if they survive. And they've also made us to understand that security forces always arrive late and no arrest has been made as we are speaking right now in this space. So this is very, very deliberate, because this is not farmers headers clashes. Or at times they will now say, okay, it is climate change. Oh, because there is no grass here, that is why the headers are migrating and taking their cows to where they will find green grass, and that is why they are migrating to the eastern part of Nigeria. All those are all lies. And we've also had international recognition to this effect. That is where our Ted Cruz comes in here, and every other Congress persons that have come in to, share their own thoughts on what has been happening in Nigeria. Yeah. So we have been talking on this, but I just wanted us to know that all these numbers that we called here, and we have been talking on it every day, is as a result of this dual system. A lot are out there, and every day the number keeps on increasing. We've also seen the one from US Commission of International Religious Freedom. They've also given their own data. It's there, you can check online and you will see it. Okay, so because of time, so that a lot of people can pick up the mic and speak, let's just go and talk about our Onyendu. Yeah, let's go there. Because if you look at the pattern, even though still under this second thing that we are talking about, if you look at how the same government treat peaceful activists and the way they treat the Fulani terrorists, they have different treatment, all because of the Nigerian dual system. And we could see yesterday, 23rd, that Showere attended our Onyendu's court hearing in a solidarity, and that afternoon police also arrested him inside the Federal High Court premises. And the charge, very funny, allegedly violating court order by leading Monday's protest into a restricted area. But they know exactly where Showere stay. Why did they wait until he goes to the court to greet our Onyendo? Or is it because of the smile that he put up and the hugging that he gave to Onyendo? So if you look at the pattern right now, you see that terrorists who burn children alive, they will get rehabilitation. But activists demanding freedom will get detention. Terrorists who kidnap schoolgirls will get stipend for doing that. But lawyers representing political prisoners get arrested. We've also seen terrorists who hate Christians get reintegrated into the society, while protesters demanding justice, they get jailed. So the message is very, very clear, crystal clear, that in Nigeria, it is safer to be a mass murdering jihadist than to be a peaceful activist. So the system is not broken. It is functioning perfectly as a machine of oppression. That is what is happening in Nigeria. So this same dual system in Nigeria has also led to the selective justice. So this is where I'm going to focus on the case of Onyendu and Showore. Yeah, so we've just a brief on the numbers so that we have enough time to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. So this is where the heart of the matter is. The cases that prove everything we have been saying is going to end with the case of Onyendu. Because if the system is designed to protect killers in the north, it is also designed to punish truth tellers in the south, eastern region, and in the middle belt as well. You see? So we are going to look at two men embody this selective justice, which is Onyendu and Showere.